Game 4 of the NLCS between the Cincinnati Reds and the Atlanta Braves, and after a dominant game number 3 from the Braves, well, at least on the pitching side of things, Atlanta winning that game 1-0. The Braves have now drawn within 1 game of evening this series up here in this National League Championship Series. Games 1 and 2 in Cincinnati were both won, of course, by the Reds, but the Braves stormed back by shutting out this Reds offense in game number 3. And now we turn to game number 4. And obviously, game number 3 was off the pitching efforts of Grayson Rodriguez, who is in now the 20s of innings pitched without giving up a run so far in this postseason. Let's see what the Reds do here in game number 4, trying to get back in the win column and go up 3-1. Kyle Wright will be on the mound for Atlanta tonight, and for the Cincinnati Reds, it will be their lefty in Nick Lodolo. Again, trying to get Cincinnati to the point where they're up 3-1. And of course, if you're the Reds, you're looking to not even have to go back to Cincinnati for this NLCS. You're trying to win the next 2 and move on to the World Series, where that series is currently 2-1 in favor of the Baltimore Orioles over the Houston Astros, obviously in the American League. And folks, if you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here on the channel as we get game number 4 of the National League Championship Series underway. And there's Kyle Wright. 10 innings pitched so far in the postseason, 5.40 ERA. Right, we'll see TJ Friedl first on a 1-2 offering. Friedl gets a center cut fastball and just simply misses it. That ball's going to be caught in left field by Dominic Fletcher. Ellie De La Cruz now on the 1-2 pitch, lines one up the middle. That ball's going to get through. De La Cruz is on with a 1-out single. You know you have 99 speeded on the base paths. Here he goes. Sinker down the middle is a strike, but De La Cruz is now in scoring position for Bryce Harper on the 1-2 pitch. Harper, though, just mistimes the circle change. 2 down for Yordan Alvarez as he strikes out on a slurve to the bottom of the first. Nick Lodolo's first postseason start this year in the regular season, 4.41 ERA, as he will get Ha-Seong Kim first. Kim drives one deep left field over the head of Will Benson. It is a ground rule double to kick things off for the Braves. Here comes Andres Zambrano, who is going to be the 2-hole hitter tonight. He grounds out to third. Of course, the Braves with somewhat of a different lineup because of the left-handed pitcher in Lodolo. That ball is going to get through over the middle past Ellie De La Cruz, and the Braves get out to another 1-0 lead. Ronald Acuna Jr. comes through, and wow. Ellie De La Cruz has suffered a strained triceps muscle. He is out of the game. Esteury Ruiz enters in the bottom of the first. Ruiz will not stay at shortstop. He'll actually move over to second. We're going to play Matt McLain at short for the remainder of this game. That's a huge blow for Cincinnati. Hell, our only hit so far tonight, I understand it's only 1 inning, has been De La Cruz, though. Lodolo gets the strikeout to end the inning. We go to the top of the second. Here comes the September Player of the Month in the National League, Matt Olson. He will strike out, though, against his former teammate, Kyle Wright. 2-1 pitch for Will Benson. He gets jammed on an inside sinker. Going back on it will be Ha-Seong Kim. 2 outs for Spencer Steer. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a sinker to the bottom of the second. We now head Dominic Fletcher first to the Braves. Horrible looking swing on a slurve away. 1 down for Dylan Cruz. The former Louisiana State Tiger strikes out on the foul tip into the glove of Francisco Alvarez. Sean Murphy gets popped up, and Nick Lodolo with a very good bounce back inning here in the bottom of the second as he goes 1-2-3 against the Braves lineup. Alvarez leads off here in the top of the third, coming in today batting .294 for Cincinnati, but an incredible play by Ha-Seong Kim to take one away up the middle for Alvarez. Matt McLain follows by striking out on a slurve. TJ Friedl on the 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball. The Reds have sent 10 batters to the plate, only 1 hit to show, and that 1 hit comes from the guy who is no longer in the game due to injury in Ellie De La Cruz. Nick Lodolo doing his job, though, on the mound right now. Matt McLain going to get his first ball at short. He will make the play on over to Matt Olson. 2 down in the bottom of the third, and that's going to be strike 3 on a circle change. Very similar to last game, right? Brian Wu pitched a very solid game, only gave up 1 run, but he found himself taking the loss because the Reds weren't able to produce any runs. Currently, that's where Nick Lodolo stands. Now, Esteury Ruiz bunt for a single, and he will get on second base, very similar to how De La Cruz did. So just like in the first inning, Bryce Harper with a runner in scoring position strikes out. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay. Very interesting aftermath right there for Harper. So he strikes out. Yordan Alvarez strikes out. Esteury Ruiz takes third. But again, 2 outs, and Kyle Wright strikes out the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Reds, their 3 best hitters in Harper, Alvarez, and Olson. So a runner on second, no outs, and the Reds don't have anything to show for it on the scoreboard. Ronald Acuna, another hit. He's on with the leadoff double. Austin Riley on the 1-2, though, will stare at strike 3 up and in by Lodolo. Kyle Tucker on the 3-2 pitch pulls a fastball. It was a matter of time before Tucker got going against his former team, and the Braves are now up 3-0. 365 feet, I believe, off the foul pole. Kyle Tucker makes it 3-0 Braves. The Reds haven't scored in a game and a half now, and it's rough. Lodolo doing all right. I mean, giving up 3 runs, it is what it is. Dylan Cruz gonna leg out that infield single after the dive by Ruiz. Cruz on first base for Sean Murphy on the 1-2 pitch. Murphy in the air to center field, right to TJ Friedl. We go to the top of the 5th, down 3-0. The bats have got to get going at some point. Will Benson on the 1-2 pitch, strike 3. Kyle Wright has been dominant. You thought Grayson Rodriguez was good. Well, Kyle Wright arguably has been better because of these strikeout numbers. 2 gone in the inning for Francisco Alvarez. Okay, that ball's mashed. Alvarez got a hold of the slurve. 113 off of the bat of Francisco Alvarez. It might be time that guy starts hitting higher in the order. 417 feet for Francisco Alvarez. He has the best average of all Reds players in the postseason. His second home run finally gets the Reds on the board here in Atlanta. It's 3-1. Matt McLain, though, right on cue, strikes out. So Kyle Wright's been that good again. One mistake pitch by him was leaving that slurve for Alvarez. A good hitter like Alvarez is going to put that ball where it ended up. But man, again, still 2 runs is a lot in a game like this, considering the way the Braves pitching staff has been going recently. Lodolo gives up a 2-out single, bringing in Ronald Acuna, who is 2 for 2. Acuna, though, stares at strike 3 on a slurve in. We go to the top of the 6th, still down by 2. TJ Friedl leading things off for the Reds. Swing and a miss on a circle change. I don't know how many strikeouts Kyle Wright has, but it's a lot. Esteury Ruiz on the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on a sinker. 2 down for Bryce Harper. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Harper elevates that sinker but does not get all of it. That ball's caught by the center fielder, Dylan Cruz. We move on to the bottom of the 6th. Austin Riley leading things off for Atlanta. He gets a slurve that hangs deep center field. TJ Friedl can't get there. It's off the wall. Friedl still having trouble getting the baseball. Austin Riley's gonna have himself at least a triple. Riley rounding third. He's going to home. Here he comes. Oh, throws offline. My goodness. Austin Riley with an inside the park home run. I think it was the first time I've ever had an inside the park home run hit against me in one of these franchises. Riley does it. He puts the Braves up 4-1. Not ideal. Gregory Soto now coming into the game to replace Nick Lodolo. Lodolo gives up 4 after 5 innings of work. And Soto gets 2 quick outs. Right there's the ground out of Dominic Fletcher. 2 down for Dylan Cruz on the 1-2 pitch. Cruz hits one up the middle. That ball's going to get by Esteury Ruiz. Cruz is on with a 2-out knock. His second of the game, bringing in the 8th spot, Sean Murphy on the 1-2 pitch. Murphy, did he go? Yes, he did. The Braves, though, extend their lead back to 3 as Ian Hamilton gets the ball here in the top of the 7th. 4.5 ERA for him so far in the playoffs. Yordan Alvarez has been silent tonight. He will remain silent. I mean, hell, the Reds have 3 hits tonight. It's the Elly De La Cruz single in the 1st, the Esteury Ruiz bunt single in the 3rd, and the Francisco Alvarez solo home run in the 5th. I mean, like, what are we doing here? A diving play by Dominic Fletcher takes that hit away from Matt Olson. He's hurt. Undisclosed injury, so he's out just like De La Cruz is. But again, we get robbed of a hit, so 2 gone. Will Benson, though, hits one in the gap. I think it's going to get down. It will. It's going to one-hop the wall. Benson's on with a 2-out double. Again, if Matt Olson's hit got down, he probably would have scored. It probably went 4-2 with 1 out, but baseball's baseball, right? Spencer Steer strikes out. We get left with nothing in the top of the 7th. To the bottom of the 7th, Mason Miller has not pitched all postseason long. We just haven't needed him. The starting pitching has gone that far to get to only Bautista and Crochet. Miller will come out to pitch the bottom of the 7th, and he will walk Brendan Rodgers to start off his outing. Ha-Seong Kim on the 1-1 pitch, hits one to right field. Bryce Harper coming in, and he will make the grab. Harper going to first quickly, gets Brendan Rodgers. A double play turn by Bryce Harper. 2 down for Andres Zambrano. That's strike 3 on a slider. We go to the 8th inning, 4-1. The former Baltimore Oriole Dylan Tate coming out to pitch for Atlanta. He will see Francisco Alvarez first, who is responsible for the only run scored tonight for the Reds. That ball's lifted. Oh, and it's caught at the wall by Dominic Fletcher, Matt McLean on the 1-2 pitch. He's been bad in the playoffs. McLean strikes out. TJ Friedel on the 1-1, chops one to second base, and the Reds are going to be down to their final 3 outs in the 9th inning. But first, we go to the bottom of the 8th. We'll let Mason Miller keep going. He strikes out Ronald Acuna. Here comes Austin Riley on the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider again from Miller. Kyle Tucker on the 1-2 up the middle. Mason Miller, though, can't glove it, and Kyle Tucker has himself another hit here in game number 4, bringing in Nick Gordon, who came in as the replacement for the left fielder Dominic Fletcher. Gordon flies out to center field to TJ Friedel. We move to the top of the 9th. Here comes the closer for Atlanta, Edwin Diaz. Diaz will first see Esteury Ruiz. Ruiz gets a center cut fastball and cannot get it down. Fly out in the left. Bryce Harper's 0 for 3. Harper now is 1 for 4. There you go. Harper lines one into right field. He's on with a single. Yordan Alvarez on the 1-1 pitch is going to hit that ball to right field. Oh my goodness. Tying run coming to the plate. It's the former Brave Matt Olson. 2-2 pitch from Diaz. Oh, Olson strikes out. 2 outs. Will Benson, the final help for the Reds. Diaz deals. Benson goes perfect. Deep center field. Cruz going back. Oh, he robs him. No chance. Oh, Will Benson was that close from tying this game in the top of the 9th. He goes perfect to straightaway dead center field, and Dylan Cruz with the play of his life to take it away from Benson and to even up this series at 2 games apiece. The Braves have knotted everything up. My goodness, what a play, Dylan Cruz. I mean, if you're the Reds, you couldn't have asked for a better hit ball in that spot by Will Benson. Dylan Cruz again, I will say it again, the play of his life to tie this series up at 2-2. So folks, we will see you tomorrow night for game number 5 of this NLCS Braves and Reds. All of a sudden, we are even. Who will take that 3-2 series lead going back to Cincinnati for game number 6? Folks, thank y'all for watching episode number 96 of the Cincinnati Reds franchise mode here at MLB The Show 24. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Folks, thank you for watching, and Mamba forever.